Traveling overseas to somewhere like Afghanistan is no small thing, and while a different way of living may seem awkward, it is important to keep an open mind. Through countless facts and figures about Afghanistan, those who will be traveling there must remember to explore, understand, and embrace everything they learn. While condensing an entire country into one short little video, we will be covering some specific topics one should know before going to Afghanistan. Some of the most important ones are social interactions, daily life, and the political situation.
Common dress for men will usually consist of a Parahan turban, kameez, which are knee-length flowy shirts, partubs, baggy trousers, and will commonly have beards, as growing beards by adult men was a law under Taliban rule. Men also wear normal shoes during the day, but these are removed for prayer. Traditional dress for Afghan women consists of a long colorful dress, a short jacket, or a long coat. A parona, a shawl to cover their hair, and jewelry made from gold or silver is quite common. Some women wear burqas over their clothing, since the burqa was required public attire for women during the Taliban rule. Kabul and other large cities are known to have a large amount of Western-like houses, and are even now expanding these into the main parts of their city. These houses are generally made of concrete or brick, and usually have a yard surrounding the house. These houses typically have 2 or 3 bedrooms and 1 or 2 bathrooms. The interior of the home will generally feature rugs, cushions, and pillows. The houses have indoor plumbing, modern plumbing fixtures, and are wired for electricity with appliances such as refrigerators and washing machines. However, an aging energy infrastructure causes frequent power outages, which leaves some areas without power for all but a few hours of the day. In addition to the rural and urban dwellers, a small portion of the population is made up of nomadic groups. It is estimated that about 1.5 million nomads live in Afghanistan, which is about 6% of the population. Nomadic groups such as Turkmen, Kyrgyz, and Baluchi live in tents scattered all over the country. Family tradition states that women are responsible for household duties while men work, but women are starting to work in cities all over Afghanistan. Families commonly arrange marriages for their children, usually based on tribe or wealth. Families are very tight-knit, so families will live together in one home or walled compound called a kala. When people are greeting each other, the most common way to greet another person is with handshakes. One should always make small talk when greeting, however men and women will never shake hands or speak to each other and will never make eye contact. People do not use the hands much while speaking, but some men will play with beads called tasbih in their hands during conversation, which are believed to bring strength from Allah. Male friends will also link arms or hold hands while walking, while members of the opposite sex will not make physical contact with each other.
When you enter a home, always remove your shoes at the front door and wait to be shown where to sit. It is very common to be invited over to a home for dinner in Afghanistan, and it is expected that you give a gift if it is the first time entering that person's home. The gift can be anything small. Just be sure to never give alcohol as a gift. Be discreet in your delivery of the gift. You can either leave it by the front door or take it with you to your seat. When speaking to people in public or over dinner, good topics of conversation include where you're from or places you've traveled before. Afghans are also very happy to talk about their children and families, with the exception of their wives or female relatives. Muslim men will never talk about their wives, and it is in fact a cultural taboo for others to see their wife with them. For most Muslims, family is sacred, so even pictures of their wives are unacceptable.
For the Afghans and many other Muslims, Friday is their holy day, comparative to America's Sunday. Like on Sundays in America, most shops and stores will be closed in order to properly celebrate the holy day. The weekend starts on Thursday and ends on Friday, with stores and shops also closing on Thursday to prepare for the weekend. Islam is the main religion of the people, with 80% of Afghans being Sunni Muslim and 90% Shia Muslim. Culturally, Islam guides most people's lives from birth to death. Its influence on daily activities is often shared with such local behavior codes as Pashtunwali, the code of the Pashtuns. Pashtunwali incorporates elements such as bravery, loyalty, hospitality, and dignity as an unwritten code of life among Pashtuns.
There has been a history of 3 decades of war in Afghanistan, and there has been a constant fight for stability in the nation. Efforts for stability have been repeatedly undermined by extremist groups such as the Taliban. In the past 13 years, there has been international intervention in Afghanistan, and currently, US troops are occupying the country. Many say the war is currently at a stalemate, as the Taliban still remains a prominent threat as it brings doubt and uncertainty into the Afghan government. However, on April 5, 2014, Afghanistan held its newest democratic election. This is a new milestone for the country, as the current president, Hamid Karzai, cannot run again for another term. Recently, Afghanistan has been progressing a lot democratically, and many new things have been happening, such as women gaining more rights, including the right to vote. Laws are being passed that will ensure a safe education for all Afghan children, and most notably, the youth of Afghanistan have been speaking out to make sure their voices are heard. For the most recent election, many young Afghans have been using their voices to increase youth participation in politics, hopefully to change the tides for the future.
The most interesting thing you'll find whenever traveling to any foreign country, and especially the countries where we have been fighting the war on terror, is how similar to us in many ways the people of those countries are. Our religions are drastically different, and a lot of our social behaviors are different, but people in these countries, be it Afghanistan or Iraq, all they really want to do is earn a living, raise their families, and live in peace. And I have found that we have so much in common, and that we often see on our news programs and in the media, we only hear about the extremists, terrorists, and the ones that are causing mayhem, and we don't hear that the vast majority of the people from these countries are good, peace-loving people and are very, very friendly.
کشور